Did you know that over 60% of professionals have experienced their words being twisted at some point? That's a staggering number, and yet it happens more often than most of us realize. In fact, according to a study by the American Psychological Association, 75% of people say they've felt misquoted or misunderstood in a work setting. This issue is more than just frustrating, it can derail your career if you don't handle it correctly. Whether it's a colleague misrepresenting your idea or a boss twisting your words during a meeting, knowing how to protect yourself is crucial. So, how do you shut down those who try to distort your words, without getting defensive or causing more conflict? In this video, we're going to uncover some game-changing strategies to help you stay in control. From pinpointing the warning signs of manipulation to delivering the perfect comeback, we've got you covered. Stay tuned, because by the end, you'll have the tools to handle these situations like a pro and keep your career on track. Chapter 1, The Power of Your Voice, How to Own the Narrative in Any Career. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools you have. But when someone twists your words, it can feel like that power is slipping away. The first step in defending yourself is making sure your words are crystal clear from the start. A study by the University of California found that 55% of communication is nonverbal, and 38% is tone of voice, leaving only 7% to actual words. This shows just how important how you speak is, not just what you say. When you communicate with confidence, your message stands stronger against manipulation. Practice speaking slowly, maintaining eye contact, and using a calm tone. These actions send the message that you stand by your words. Also, repeating key points can prevent misinterpretation. For example, if you're explaining a project deadline and someone tries to twist it, calmly repeat, "The deadline is set for next Friday, and it's non-negotiable." Repetition leaves less room for ambiguity. Another powerful strategy is to avoid over-explaining. When you speak clearly and assertively, there's less chance for someone to twist your message. If you feel that someone is trying to misunderstand you, don't get defensive. Instead, stick to your facts and be firm but polite. The more you practice this clarity in your everyday communication, the less power others will have to confuse or distort your words. Chapter 2, Red Flags of Word Twisters, Spotting Manipulation early. Word twisters often use subtle tactics that can be hard to spot at first. But when you know what to look for, you can defend yourself before things escalate. One common trick is misleading summarization. This is when someone takes a part of what you said and rephrases it out of context. For instance, they might say, "So, you're saying you'll miss the deadline?" even though you never said anything close to that. Another tactic is the use of loaded questions. These are questions that seem neutral, but are actually designed to pressure you into a certain answer. For example, why do you always avoid taking responsibility for things? A simple answer like "I take responsibility for my work" can shut down the manipulation. Recognizing these strategies early helps you stay in control of the conversation. Psychologist Dr. Robert Cialdini, in his book Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, highlights the power of commitment. When someone twists your words to make you look inconsistent, they're trying to weaken your credibility. To counteract this, reinforce your positions and commitments regularly. The more consistent you are in your statements, the harder it is for others to manipulate you. One more strategy they might use is deflection. This is when someone changes the subject after twisting your words, forcing you to explain yourself instead of sticking to the topic at hand. Stay focused on your original point, and don't get sidetracked by irrelevant accusations. A strong response would be, "We were discussing the project deadline, not my responsibility." By learning how to spot these red flags, you gain a clear advantage in protecting your narrative and preventing word twisting from derailing your career. Chapter 3, The Ultimate Comeback, What to Say When Words Get Twisted. When someone twists your words, it can be frustrating. But it's important to respond in a way that reasserts control and stops the manipulation in its tracks. One of the most effective techniques is the calm correction. Rather than getting upset, gently correct the distortion. For instance, you could say, "Actually, that's not what I said. What I meant was," and then restate your point clearly. If you're in a situation where someone tries to spin your words to make you look bad, use a method known as reframing. Reframing allows you to take their twisted version of the facts and present it in a positive light. For example, if someone accuses you of not meeting deadlines, you could say, "While I did miss the initial deadline, I took responsibility for it, communicated with the team, and we're back on track now." This shifts the focus from the mistake to your proactive problem solving. It's also vital to ask for clarification when someone misquotes you. A simple phrase like, "Could you point out where I said that?" can immediately diffuse a situation. This not only forces them to clarify their misunderstanding but also highlights your calm, composed demeanor. According to communication expert Deborah Tannen, asking for clarification shows that you're focused on the conversation and not distracted by accusations. When facing a manipulative situation, avoid getting emotional or defensive. As soon as you start to get emotional, you risk losing your authority and credibility. Remember, the goal is to respond with confidence and clarity, not with frustration. An example comeback is, "I see we're not on the same page here. Let's go over it together." Having a mental arsenal of responses can make these situations less stressful. A powerful line to keep in mind is, "I stand by what I said." This simple, confident statement shows that you're not willing to let someone take control of your narrative. This strategy doesn't just diffuse tension, it positions you as someone who's confident, self-assured, and in control. Lastly, be mindful of timing. Sometimes silence is the most powerful tool. When someone distorts your words, taking a pause before responding shows that you're considering your words carefully. It also signals that you're not rattled by the manipulation, making the other person less likely to continue their attack. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on navigating tricky workplace situations and advancing your career. Chapter 4, Body Language Speaks Louder. How nonverbal cues can back you up when words are twisted. Sometimes the best way to defend yourself is with your body. Studies show that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal. This means your body language can either strengthen your message or undermine it. For example, if you're defending yourself and your arms are crossed, it could signal defensiveness or lack of openness. To counteract this, try to use open body language, like uncrossed arms and a relaxed posture, which can project confidence and clarity. Eye contact is another essential element in controlling the narrative. A study by the University of Chicago found that maintaining steady eye contact can make you appear more credible and trustworthy. But don't overdo it, too much can seem confrontational. Instead, use appropriate, relaxed eye contact to show you're confident and focused. When someone twists your words, your tone of voice is just as important as what you say. According to communication expert Albert Mehrabian, 38% of emotional communication is conveyed through tone. So, instead of raising your voice in frustration, keep it steady and calm. This shows you're in control and not rattled by the manipulation. You can also use physical gestures to reinforce your words. A well-timed hand movement or nod can help convey your confidence. But avoid fidgeting or nervously shifting your weight. If you stand tall and engage with your surroundings, you demonstrate control over the conversation, making it harder for others to manipulate what you say. Remember, your body can help back up your words. If you stand firm and communicate confidently, your message will be much harder to twist. It's not just about what you say, but how you carry yourself while you say it. Being aware of these nonverbal cues can help protect your career from any verbal manipulation. Chapter 5, From Conflict to Clarity, Navigating Conversations with Confidence. Conflicts at work are inevitable, but they don't have to derail your career. When someone twists your words, the key is to steer the conversation back to clarity. One simple strategy is to stay calm and take a deep breath before responding. According to Harvard Business Review, staying composed in tense moments helps you think more clearly and act more strategically. When you're in a conflict, remember that the person twisting your words might be trying to trigger an emotional reaction. Don't let that happen. Instead, refocus on the issue at hand and stick to facts. One effective way to do this is by using I statements. For example, instead of saying, "You misunderstood me," try, "What I meant was." This avoids blame and puts the focus on your clear intentions. Don't be afraid to ask for specifics when someone distorts your words. Say something like, "Can you explain exactly where I said that?" This forces the person to clarify their own misinterpretation. It's a great way to turn the tables on them without sounding defensive. You can even politely add, "If there's confusion, I'd love to clarify." When navigating conflict, also keep in mind the importance of tone. Maintaining a calm, neutral tone conveys that you're in control, even if the other person is trying to provoke you. A 2017 study published in Psychological Science found that calm communication leads to better conflict resolution. So, stay cool, collected, and clear. Ultimately, staying focused on finding clarity helps you turn a conflict into a constructive conversation. Instead of getting caught in a loop of miscommunication, you guide the discussion toward mutual understanding. By managing the situation with composure and confidence, you not only protect your words but build stronger professional relationships. Make sure to subscribe for more content like this and get the latest strategies for mastering your communication in the workplace. Chapter 6, The Long-Term Strategy, Building a Reputation for Clear Communication. The best defense against having your words twisted is to build a reputation for clear communication over time. When people know that you always speak clearly and assertively, they'll be less likely to try to manipulate what you say. Start by practicing clear communication every day, whether it's with colleagues, clients, or even in casual conversations. One way to develop this reputation is by being consistent in your messaging. If you're known for being direct and transparent, others are less likely to misinterpret or twist your words. A study in the Journal of Applied Psychology showed that employees who communicate clearly and consistently are perceived as more competent. Being reliable in your communication builds trust, which is key in preventing misunderstandings. Another strategy is to set expectations early. Whether you're negotiating a deadline or outlining project goals, be as specific as possible. Research by the Project Management Institute found that clear project goals and deadlines are crucial for project success. By setting clear expectations from the start, you minimize the chances of your words being taken out of context later. You can also protect your words by documenting important conversations, particularly in professional settings. Keeping an email trail or written notes can serve as a record of what was actually said. This way, if someone does twist your words, you have proof of your original intentions. According to business expert Adam Grant, documentation is one of the easiest ways to avoid misunderstandings. Lastly, consistently practicing good communication habits can make you more persuasive and influential in your career. The more people respect your ability to communicate effectively, the less likely they are to challenge or distort your words. Clear communication becomes your professional signature. When you make this a habit, you'll be known for the person who always says exactly what they mean. This reputation is a powerful tool that can elevate your career and protect you from any word manipulators. Don't forget to subscribe for more powerful career strategies that will help you excel in your professional journey.